奏國歌。
I declare this congregation open.
Mr. Joseph Tsai.
With legal and investment management knowledge and expertise, Mr. Tsai helped arrange a series of transactions that turned the startup into an e-commerce and technology powerhouse.
Chairman, Professor Frederick Ma, and members of the Council, President, Professor Stephen Chung, and staff, graduates, parents, and friends of the Education University of Hong Kong. It is my great honor to stand here to give a few words of thanks for the honorary doctorate degree you're bestowing upon my fellow conferees and also myself. I am sure that Professor Edward Chen, Professor Christopher Day, Mr. Lam Kong Woon Kwong, Dr. Pan Yu Kai are just as grateful as I am for your recognition. However, I cannot guarantee that I can be as eloquent as they are in expressing gratitude for such a meaningful honor. And I'm extremely proud to stand in front of you on the platform together with a very distinguished group of educators, business leaders, and intellectuals. I don't think I deserve this. When Council Chairman Professor Frederick Ma asked me to speak at your graduation congregation, I immediately accepted the invitation, even before he told me that I would be receiving an honorary doctorate degree. I jumped at the opportunity to establish a closer connection with you, the graduates of this university, which is focused on educating teachers of the future. Why am I so excited to do this? Well, 19 years ago, I walked into a modest second-floor apartment in Hangzhou, China, and that visit changed my life. I met a great teacher by the name of Jack Ma, and he's sitting here among the audience. And thank you, Jack, for coming here to support all the recipients, the students, and this great university. Thank you. I not only met him, but also his disciples, who were his students from university who followed him to start Alibaba. And later, these students became great teachers in their own right. Alibaba is a story of teachers. It is a story of teachers who became leaders. It's a story of leaders who begot more leaders because they were teachers. You must be curious about how this happened. So here's the story. We went from humble beginnings in 1999 to being one of the largest technology companies in the world today. As our business became more complex, as we scale our operations for hundreds to thousands of tens of thousands of people, we began to realize that we couldn't just add more people to handle all that growth. We must train them. So who is going to do that? All of that training and mentoring, the tendency was to delegate this work to our human resource department. But then we realized that people development was the job of the business leader, not the HR person. That was when we started to appreciate that the qualities of a teacher are common to sound leadership in business. That is, we began to realize that good teachers make great business leaders. Well, you say, oh yeah, I get it. Big bosses always evaluate their people, ranking them from best to worst. And as a teacher, this is what I do to my students as well all the time. I grade them from best to worst. Well, leadership is a lot more than grading and ranking your people. There are three things about teachers that stand out to me. First, good teachers are good communicators. Through communication, they connect with students. Not only enrich their minds, but also touch their hearts. As a business leader, if you want to lead a company, you have to clearly communicate. Not only communicate, but evangelize the company's mission, vision, and values to your employees. A company without clear direction, without a strong moral compass from its leaders, will be rudderless, with employees drifting off in different directions and ultimately failing in either execution or upholding ethical standards, or both. Second, good teachers care about developing their students, and they're willing to spend the time and effort to make their students better. In a business, you're constantly looking to improve the capabilities of your talent base. The leaders who pay attention and invest personal time to develop their people will achieve more, because with the support of a better team, you can scale your business to new heights. And third, good teachers have that innate sense of humility in them. They're eager to see their students become more successful than they are. In Chinese, we say 青出于蓝. The student has moved on to achieve greater heights, career success, and the teacher is thrilled to see that because they enjoy the fruits of what they sow. In a business, you want your leaders to have a sense of humility. I call it in Chinese 胸怀, which is best translated into English by Jack Welch, another Jack. He's the legendary chairman and CEO of General Electric. In his memoir, it's the Bible of business management books, Jack Welch said, grade A people hire other grade A people. Grade B people hire grade C people. In other words, you want your leaders to be able to hire people who are smarter and better than they are. Organizations improve only when you have leaders who possess the self-awareness and humility to identify and give young, smart people the opportunities to shine. Develop young people and then step aside. True leadership is about never taking credit for the success of your team. By the same token, when great teachers are asked to explain the secrets of their success in developing great students, they will say all they did was to unlock the potential in their students. We live in a very complex and challenging world. It is a world full of frustration, discontent. The trade war may last for a long time. As you walk out the gates of this institution, you will be faced with unprecedented challenges. But there are reasons to be optimistic. I am optimistic about your future because you possess the talent to lift up others, especially our younger generation, which is so important to the future of our society. I'd like you to remember, no matter what profession you end up in, your talent as a teacher, that is, your good communication skills, your eagerness to develop people, and your humility to let your students exceed you. These traits will always be in great demand. So my final word of advice is, don't forget to teach. Whether it is your students or your employees or your children, always seize that teaching moment to make others better. By making others better, you will make yourself better. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this with you. Thank you very much.